a couple of people that are in the film to introduce, and then we'll be back afterwards for a Q&A with them. We have a local-born actress named Jocelyn DeBoer, and we have Martin Starr.
And you have to give him a big intro.
Oh, sorry, let's do it again, because And, of course, Mr. Martin Starr, the star of many great comedies on TV. There you are.
We are so happy that you guys all came out.
She's only a little bit happy. I'm very happy.
How nice that this is falling on Mother's Day weekend.
The best, right?
I know.
A zombie movie
yeah.
on Mother's Day, it means so much.
Probably a lot of you are here with your mothers tonight, right?
Yeah.
My mother is here.
With their own cheering section.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great. Well, we made a zombie movie.
It's a really sweet movie.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. Heartfelt. It actually is really heartfelt.
It is, yeah.
We hope you enjoy it.
Hold your loved ones tight. You're in for a real heartwarming.
They didn't come to America to cast these parts. They just used Tommy's agent. Was it CIA?
Yeah.
Not that that's important to anybody. But they just went through them to cast initially because he had done, what was it, Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. So he had a foundation in America, but didn't come to cast this movie because it was still a foreign film. So we all were just cast essentially through Skype.
Yeah.
Had you seen the first film before getting involved with this?
After they asked me to do it, then I watched it.
Yeah, same.
I hadn't seen it prior, and it grew on me as it went. I love the special effects; were incredible. Just all the practical stuff. So I was looking forward to being a part of something that utilized practical effects the way that the first one did. I feel like we really lived up to that.
When you consider that this was shot in Iceland, as you probably saw at the end there in the credits.
Or if you didn't, now you know.
Now you know. There's a lot of people named Bjork listed in the credits, and I'm not making that up. So that was the giveaway for me. But it's like a Norwegian, like a core crew of Norwegians doing it. And I remember when the first film came out, it was sort of the beginning of Norwegian horror, and I'm not really sure that ever panned out to anything, but that movie was certainly a great standalone.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Outside of these two movies, but was that kind of just a great adventure to get to go to Iceland? I mean, what had you ever been? I'm guessing.
How boring to travel and.
Yeah, it's like cold there.
It's like on another planet, though, isn't it? Like, that's what I hear.
Well,
yeah, it's like terraform. It's like
Lovely Bones, which I don't recommend necessarily. But why did I say that? I don't know. It's fine. The weird heaven sequence takes place in Iceland, or a lot of it was shot in Iceland, I guess, and that's what it really looks like there. So I was like, oh, it's so weird.
That sold it, huh? Oh, look, there's Iceland, and it really looks like Iceland.
I think Prometheus was shot there too. So
Yeah, I mean, it makes total sense just because it looks like the moon in some places. That there aren't naturally trees there. There weren't trees. They brought trees in and planted them, which is like why they all exist when you go there. They all exist in like perfect formation. And they didn't have a tank there when we went there. They've never had a tank on the island of Iceland. So we brought a tank, and essentially we could have taken over the country. We didn't. We chose not to. You're welcome, Iceland, but we could have stormed the castle, and we chose not to.
What do you take away from an experience like this? Like, what did you get to do here that you've either always wanted to do or never thought you even knew you wanted to do that was exciting as hell, either as part of the movie or just part of being in Iceland?
I really enjoyed socializing with the zombies on set. It was so strange because we'd have these whole relationships with these people who we didn't know what they looked like really ever, but like we had lunch together and they ate lunch out of straws because they had fake mouths.
She didn't actually talk to any of them.
But I imagine.
your little
Was there a
daydreams.
language barrier there? Like, I'm imagining
You
them.
know,
No, they speak better English than most Americans.
Yeah, better than Martin.
They
yeah.
they learn English from the first grade on, so they all are very familiar with American, movie culture and television culture.
Yeah.
Why are there so many spoons just like on this?
Say,
I really don't understand how many people ate with spoons up here and then
I can tell you
threw them.
why. It's for the room. It has to do with the room.
Oh,
Okay.
There's a
got
spoon
it.
throwing thing.
Sorry, I don't watch The Room enough. Apparently,
Not true. He's missed everything.
I have seen it. I saw it. It was a April Fool's thing for Comedy
That's
Central
right.
one year.
They did that.
I watched it.
Martin, I noticed that by the end of the film, you have by far the least amount of blood and/or gore.
There was
on
a
your-
joke.
Diva.
There was, yeah. I'll only do it if I only have 0 blood on me.
Just like a little.
There was one. There
rouge
was.
here.
Well, there was. Yeah, there was. It didn't pay off, so we didn't end up using it. But there was a joke about me having just one little splotch, and he wipes it off of me. But it wasn't in it. You guys didn't see that because I guess it didn't work.
Wow.
That's it.
Vagar, who plays the man in the green tracksuit, Martin,
Yeah.
in the movie, he did a lot of his own fighting.
A lot.
Also had a great stunt double. And there were some really cool stunts where they interchanged. Like that one where he gets shot up into the ceiling and then falls down the stairs.
There were 3 guys.
Yeah, that took three
guys.
stuntmen, but it
So
was
one
shot
guy
in real
got
time.
shot up into the ceiling, and then another guy rolled down the stairs, and then Vagar jumps up.
The pup.
And the first time he didn't jump up fast enough because he had dust in his eyes. And so everyone made fun of him for forever. He was like, I couldn't see when he landed. Oh, so all these guys went through all these stunts for you, and you couldn't see, so you didn't stand up. Sorry, Vagar. Way to fuck it up for everybody. Just kidding. I love him.
Ingrid's never seen a movie in her life,
Yeah. Not even a romantic comedy.
No.
Go figure.
Yeah, I hate to say.
That was a very simple answer, too.
Yeah, I apologize.
We do.
I mean, I've seen like I've seen a bit.
I really like
But
Shaun
only-
of the Dead.
There you go.
It is a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, since any movie requires multiple takes, about how much time between takes was there spent like putting entrails back into dummies or cleaning blood off people?
A lot. Yeah. It does take a lot of time to set up the stunts. The worst is when it's things where you have to be cleaned off and hair has to be dried in between.
Oh, that's the worst.
For me, that was the worst.
Am I right, guys? They get it.
Yeah. On most projects, I feel like lighting is what takes the most amount of time, but these guys used mostly all natural light, right? In the
Yeah.
outdoor stuff.
Yeah, for the
Which
most
is
part.
wild to be on a set where nobody's fussing with lights, but then a lot of the time was blood. They had these huge syringes, and the guys, when they called cut, would go to all the zombies and put like a syringe full of blood in their mouths.
So disgusting.
When they say action, they can make blub, blub. Yeah.
It was really disgusting.
This film has to set a record for the most uses of entrails.
Yeah,
Any
we-
zombie, and like,
I feel like we
what
used
was that crap made out of?
Intestines, the best.
God.
Oh, and you have a video of these kids that had more ideas of how to use intestines.
Yeah.
What was that made of? Were those actual?
I don't actually know.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
something that I should know. Spaghetti, giant spaghetti.
There were trucks with just garbage pails full of coiled intestines.
What do you mean, Those intestines made this movie look delicious for all of you.
Jocelyn, as a hometown Chicagoan, can you tell us a little bit more about your background as a Chicago actress?
Yes. I went to Barrington High School. And I did theater with some people who are here right now.
Believe it or not,
Yeah.
they're here right now.
I studied at Second City. I did their high school training program, which I loved and inspired me to then do Upright Citizens Brigade, which I do now. And I went to University of Illinois and I majored in acting. Yeah. So it was a great place to develop my craft. Chicago. I'm so happy to be here right now. Yeah, I'm looking at Martin like, what's your
Yeah,
answer?
I'm happy you're here too.
Even the people that programmed the film that had seen it, we all were standing in the back waiting to hear the crowd on that scene. Because we knew that would be the one that just sort of, yeah, now you know what you're in for.
Yeah.
Actually, I think one of the most badass kills is with the shotgun shell and the hammer thing. Like, that's cool.
yeah.
I just never seen that, and that would totally
Yeah.
work, I think.
Yeah.
That had me sold when I was to kill a guy with a shotgun.
That was
shell in the
pretty
mouth.
awesome.
Yeah.
My question is, what were your favorite zombie movies leading up to this?
We kind of went over the fact that we're ill-equipped to answer
said
that
Shaun of the
question.
Dead.
I really liked Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead's great.
What is your favorite zombie?
Yeah, here we go.
I don't really have one either.
What?
You really ought to. No.
You don't watch a lot of zombie movies?
You know what? I'm sorry. Actually, I just saw this one, Dead Snow 2.
There it is.
If it's not cheating. Actually, this is not to do with the movie, but I'm a huge Party Down fan, and you're probably sick of it, but is there going to be a movie? Can we do like a Kickstarter? What can we do to make it happen?
I mean, I do think Veronica Mars set a good tone for our capability to do something like that, but I don't know really. I think that there are creative things that need to be worked out, not in like a weird way, just like a script needs to be finalized, and we've kind of like had, I think, unofficial funding for a little bit, like someone kind of saying that they're willing to pay for it, but we just, I think, amongst those guys, they have to get a script that they're all happy with, and they've all been so busy working on television, independent of, all the things that they work on together.
Awesome.
So, fingers crossed for me as well. I like Romans too. You guys did great tonight. I'm really proud of all of you.
Well, it is actually midnight. So, guys, thank you so much
Thank you for coming
out
out, and
joining us.
officially, Happy Mother's Day.